All right. I'm not going to wait much longer here until we get started. Vance, I sent you a friend request, by the way, and I can't DM you unless you accept that. So I wanted to mention something to you. Nikki, I'm going to send you something as well. All right. Well, Duco, you got me on Snapchat. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, obviously the big topics are going to be GameStop and AMC. They're pretty much dead to me. There's just not much going on. If GameStop starts ripping back up, cool, I'll pay attention to it. But as of now, there's not really any squeezes pre-market anymore. We had that one day of fun. Yesterday was just kind of dead. Sold off pre-market, now it's dead. So kind of the same thing with AMC, same thing with BlackBerry. All these stocks are just not going to move unless GameStop is going as well. So honestly, I wanted things to obviously keep popping off, keep bringing some action so we can make some money, but it is what it is. They're over, so we'll just wait for them to get going again. I think my main watch today is going to be NVDA again. I wish I was live trading with you guys yesterday because I caught a really nice trade on this. However, we got earnings next week. I mean, it's kind of like I feel like it's almost snuck up on us here. NVIDIA is at 950, and all-time high is 974. I think we moved over 30 points yesterday, and if we do that again, we're going to be past all-time highs. So let's keep that in mind. I do think that $1,000 price level is obviously going to be pretty important. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, there's not really a perfect pattern. Like yesterday was pretty much what I was waiting on for NVIDIA. Simply just because we kind of had this bull flag looking thing here that we broke out of. And it was just kind of a quick little trade there through 925 and 930. Is this tradable again? Yeah, sure. We're down at, 950 is a pretty nice level. All-time high 974. We got 975 there as well to play. So pretty much just going to be gauging momentum on this. SMCI also massive day yesterday, over 100-point move. So this is going to move with NVIDIA, right? And we have finally broken. This is a pretty crazy downtrend, though, guys. I mean, look how almost perfect this is. So NVIDIA goes. SMCI is going to follow for sure. NVIDIA is the strongest stock in the entire stock market. So keep that in mind. AMD will probably follow as well. But, I mean, you can tell by the chart we're down so much. It's not really that interesting to me. Micron, to me, is more interesting than AMD. So I might look to get involved around this 130 level here on Micron. So we'll see. I'll keep that up on a side watch. Let me put that up somewhere here. Let's see. Let's just keep going around here. We still got some time. If you have any tickers you want me to go over, I would be more than happy to. BA, really nothing there, I think. So except for this to maybe come back down. I mean, the bad news is just not stopping. So until there's some sort of turnaround on this stock, I think that it's probably done. And it could just kind of trickle its way back down. I mean, am I really interested in playing that? No. From a day trading standpoint, could this be a decent swing trade to the downside? Yes. We just don't know. What else here? I mean, Netflix did okay yesterday. They had some news about partnering with the NFL. I think it's like only for like Christmas and Thanksgiving games or something like that. So I mean, not the biggest thing in the world, but they were up nice pre-market, ended up falling back a bit, and then it just didn't trade really well. Chopped up off the open, ripped, and then just kind of died off, and then ripped again randomly at the middle of the the kind of the end of the day there. So not that interested there as well. Google, this is coming back up near all-time highs as well. We still got about $10 on it, but this could pop off at any moment. So I would like to keep this in mind. But I think, as you guys can see, I mean, we hit an all-time high on SPY, right? Have I ever gotten an EM call on Webull before? No, I don't use Webull co-amp. So for anyone that does, there's a question for you. But yeah, crazy move yesterday on that CPI news. So SPY ripped through all-time highs. Can we expect things to go higher, right? Of course we can. But chances are we're either going to get kind of a choppy day or a pullback day. You typically don't see two massive days in a row. Is it possible? Sure. But, chances are it's not going to be the same thing as yesterday. So that's where a lot of people can get trapped and whatnot. So, I mean, I've kind of gone through every stock here. I'm just not that excited about anything else. I mean, Tesla, I think that there's maybe something there back through like 185. Once we could start getting back up to 190, 200, that's when things could get going. But I want you to consider something. The market ripped yesterday. I mean, absolutely ripped. And Tesla was unfazed. It just kind of fell back down. Not much movement there. Cisco, yeah. What are your thoughts on Cisco? Looks like they had good earnings yesterday. Ripped up, falling back down in here. Really just not something that I'm super interested in. If it holds 50 and bounces back up to the high there, wherever earnings high is, 54, to me, that would be more of a trade for me. But right now, it's just not really something that I'm interested in. Walmart. But Farouk, if you have a trade plan or an idea that you could add with the ticker, I can then give you my opinion on that. If you just throw a ticker at me, I'm just going to look at it the way that I would look at it. So I don't want to discourage you from a trade that you're thinking of if I don't know your plan. Walmart, let's see here, up at 63. Is that all-time high? It might be. Oh, Wyatt. That might be all-time high. So Walmart, yeah, pretty nice. Speaking of stocks like this, Home Depot had a day yesterday, at least early on. Yeah, I mean, it was ripping. Something you don't see Home Depot do. So old Randall. All right, guys. Well, we got about 30 seconds here until the open. Again, I don't want to jump the gun here on NVIDIA. I think that this is probably going to be my main watch. But after a massive day yesterday, I don't want to expect this to just start ripping again. But there's going to be a lot of attention on this, especially with earnings next week, and we're nearing all-time highs. This is probably going to be the best thing for us to look at. So contracts going to be expensive. Why? Well, because earnings are next week. IV is going to start inflating a little bit on these. We have 2 days to really, 1 day to expiration here. Do I want to trade right at the money? I don't think so. I think that I would probably go like 9. I think I'm going to actually just wait here and see which contracts pick up volume. But yesterday I was kind of trading like the 925, 930 break, and I was trading the 950 calls. They were still like $500 or whatever. But We'll see. Any questions? Any other tickers? Anyone on YouTube or Twitter here? A bunch of people on Twitter. Y'all can ask questions as well, and I can see them. Well, quick little drop off here in NVIDIA. I mean, that's typically what I want to see, right? Let's see if there's even a wall at 950. Oh, the 80,000 wall. That's really not bad for a $950 stock. Let's see here. The 950 calls gaining the most volume here. The 960s are kind of right there in second, 970s as well. I'm probably going to trade I think the 970s. Their spread is the best. If I trade this, I mean, I don't know, guys. Through 950, there might be just a quick little scalp there. It just seems a bit risky to me. So 970 calls I have loaded up, but I think this is probably just going to go a little too fast here. NVIDIA is just not moving great. Again, even if this trade does work, I just don't want to get involved that early. Today could be a really choppy day with a lot of fake outs, just considering how crazy yesterday was. So, I mean, look at that. Typically, I'd be wanting to get in here and, we get caught in a little wick. So, I mean, let's see. Again, I got the 970 calls loaded up. The 960s are okay too, but I'd rather not pay $600 a contract. Doesn't look bad. Might try a little starter here. I'm in small, just looking for a breakthrough 950. I'm probably just going to take that, guys. I mean, this is not any sort of A+ setup. I didn't even get filled. That's cool. I didn't get filled on that, but nice move there. I mean, it looks like about a 10% move. Wow, look at that pullback. Jeez. So I didn't even get filled, guys, unfortunately. But contracts are about 4. That was a pretty aggressive pullback there, so be careful. However, I think if this does get back above 950, there's a big chance this could go. The market is bouncing. I'm not going to jump the gun here again. But again, I didn't get filled, so I'm not going to try to re-enter that. Sorry, that was a bit chaotic there. Contracts, wow, they're gaining volume, or they're gaining value here pretty crazily, guys. 925. If anyone got in that, I would just take your profits and move on. Again, I'm not in it, so don't let this pullback kill you. All right, what else is going on here? Micron hit 128. So once that gets above 129, I'll probably start looking at it. NVIDIA is trying to hold up here above 947. We'll see what it does. Back up here, 949. I just think they need to close some candles above 950. Again, there was that huge wall there. So they got rid of that supply. We just need to see things keep going. Go 10% Tesla. Nice. What's Tesla doing? Have that up here. Still weak. Crazy. I know they're laying off some people. But just like yeah, it was like 600 people in California. So I mean, that's really not that much. What else? Plug. That's not really moving anymore. NVIDIA is still just chopping around, guys. So big reason why I'm trying to take things slow. I do think though. I mean, I still think that there's still a trade here on NVIDIA. I want to see it start going now. You guys know how I like those typical like opening range break trades. Got the dip right off of 950. Nice buy up right through 950. We had a wall there. Market's just kind of chopping around. So I do think if we can get back above 950, we do have pre-market high at I think 955. It's a little early in the pre-market, but I'll still consider it, I guess. 955, just regardless, is going to be a decent level. So we just got to get some momentum here through 950, and that's probably where NVIDIA can take off. 949.90 here. Back through 950, about to see a high a day. I'm not in this, but the market just bounced perfectly with this trade. So could this continue? Yeah. I just think that volume's a bit low. So I'm not loving the way NVIDIA is moving. I want to see it move on its own here. But still contracts 440 here, about 450 almost. Did anyone catch any of that, or did they get faked out? I know that was kind of weird. I didn't get filled in it, so I just instantly had to kind of just step back. So I don't know if you guys did. You got it, nice. I tried to get filled at 378, and they didn't fill me, so that's unfortunate. This would be about a 25% trade. Did you make money, Vans? Yeah, that was definitely a little bit scary. A lot of wicks there, but now it's starting to rip. Nice, yeah. I mean, I would have been in really light as well, so still it's good. Kind of weird, just kind of weird. Market starting to pull back down. Let's see if NVIDIA ends up dying here. I do think that this could see a run for the next couple days, though, which is, does that make me want to swing this? Kinda. I just think that there could be really something special here that happens up through 974, then 1,000. Here it goes. $5 a contract now. Would have been about a 50% trade if I got filled. Anyone else catch that? Well, the contracts, the 970 calls are well, $5, but it's really 500. Get it at 948. Work out for you, Fidget, or no? Guys, I know that chop was a bit weird, but if I was in that trade, I wouldn't have gotten freaked out. You got to kind of, that's why you go in kind of light there, so you can give it some room. But I would have pretty much like the hard stop would have been 945, right? Just through that low a day. To me, that would be stop loss. But it's Thursday. It's Thursday, so I mean, obviously percentage wise, things are going to be a little bit higher. But that's why you go in with smaller size, and you just kind of let it chop around. Nothing about that told you to stop out. If you wanted to stop out quickly on the rejection, you could have. But sometimes the video just takes a little bit, and then it starts ripping here. But this is also a big reason why I haven't really signaled any sort of NVIDIA much. This is honestly the first one in a long time just because contracts are pretty expensive. So that's why I chose a little bit further out of the money contracts for everyone. So nice fidget. Yeah, John's to Nick. Yes, it does. NVIDIA will rip. So this is honestly pretty muted price action today from NVIDIA. And then let's just check out NQ. Check this out. Look how just slow and yucky this is, right? There's no real moves in it. Real small. Market opened here, chopped around one candle through high a day. Now we're just chopping some more. So just like I said, pre-market, right? Huge move yesterday. Can't expect things to just be, insane 2 days in a row. Typically, I would say even 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a small kind of choppy day or a pullback day after something as crazy as we saw yesterday. So Tesla 172, Google 173.5. NVIDIA coming into 955. That's pre-market high here. Let's see what it does. Just broke it. Micron not doing anything. Bitcoin kind of back up a little bit though. Back to 66.5. SPY is kind of hovering right at 530. Let's go back here to NVIDIA and see what's going on. You guys got any questions? Back over 955 here on the video. Kind of slow, guys. Really nothing that exciting. NVIDIA starting to pull back in. I wouldn't be mad if NVIDIA came back in the 950 here. We saw this kind of hang out. And then some real aggressive buying back into this back through 955 there just because we did make a small little new high here above that pre-market high. Yeah, NVIDIA is typically really expensive. Honestly, I thought the contracts would be a lot more expensive. It is Thursday, so I mean, these are honestly pretty expensive for Thursday, but yeah, Farouk, that's just how it happens, man. It's if you're gonna trade options, especially kind of like with me day trading, you'll I think other people will also agree that I'm very, very, very selective. Honestly, this morning was not a typical trade for me, but very I may take 1, 2, 3 trades a week at most, just because I've been there, I've done that, I've took those crazy options trades, and you learn a lot of expensive lessons when you mess around and you're not very selective and professional about what you pick. Green and red candle there in the video. It's starting to move down. There's just not much volume in this. Yeah, you got to kind of you got to pay your tuition to the markets before you can then make some real money. The GME has already dropped. How much further do y'all want this? Why do you want 20, Farouk? But John, it's just like college. You got to pay your tuition for your degree. You need 20 on GME profit. Huh. I see that. The video's moving so slow, guys. There's just really nothing going on here. Tesla's starting to catch some life again. I don't know that I'm not interested to play the high there. Just, to me, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, Tesla was one of the weakest stocks yesterday on one of the strongest days of the year. Yeah, GME is done, guys. I mean, just like look at the volume alone. I mean, there's multi-million volume here. Here, yeah, yesterday, I mean, there was still a decent amount of volume, but already in the first candle of the day, the first hour of the open, you should see a ton more volume than this. So, what does that mean? Well, for my lessons, right? There is low volume. That means low transactions compared to the last couple other days. That means less money is being washed around and traded around. Less attention, all that. It's just there's not really any trades there. No volume, no trade. Yep. RB, you are correct. $2K is even for me. Well, just take it slow, Farouk. The last thing you want to do is try to get back to that $2,000 level as quick as you can. Dang it, NVDA new high. Good, RB. And honestly, that's one of the hardest things that I had to learn. So I was used to taking, 2-3 trades a day, just trying to find something to make money. And that's just not how it works. Here goes the video, 555 a contract. So those 970 calls are up about $200 a contract now. You called 955 perfectly. Okay. When people say that they call something without a time frame or without a trade plan, I could call NVIDIA 2000 and be right in 3 years. Okay. Well, good. But I mean, I don't know, guys. This looks like things are going to start ripping here. I mean, in the next couple of days, we could really see all-time highs very easily. I mean, we had a massive move yesterday. Let's see what we opened 924, closed 946. So I mean, really like a 20-ish point move. Yeah, you got to stick to your plan. That's one of the most important things you can do. Stickman, that's pretty funny. I had to look up that name. But yeah, here, I mean, in Q are up 0.09%, just really not much movement. SPY up the same 0.09%. So that just means things are flat, guys. As y'all know, what choppy price action looks like. Look at this. What do you think that looks like? Does that look like good price action to trade or no? Yeah. Yeah, it's got to clean up. I'm sure you're talking about NVDA, John. Yeah, I mean, it's got a really nice uptrend. There's just no volume, so it's just not clean at all. Just like you're saying, it's just. I mean, if you want to be the guy trying to buy every dip here and then just, kind of just hoping and holding for a new high, then maybe that'll work. But all it takes is that one move when buyers just step out of the way here and you get a 5-point drop in one candle and you're down like 40-50%. It's Thursday. Don't want to put I don't want to push it at all. Kind of sucks, right? Like my one really good trade of the week was yesterday, the one day I'm not live trading. So Tuesday was just kind of crazy because we had GameStop. We had Powell talk Tuesday as well. So that kind of screwed up that live stream. Monday, I don't think there was really any good setups. Any long options drawn for NVIDIA? I mean, I'm not looking to like really swing anything. I mean, even though I think that would work. I mean, we can even see all-time high on my screen here. I mean, we're really close. I think if I would look to swing this, I'd probably go like 1,000 strike for next week. However, like I've said, let's just go look at those real quick. Next week is their earnings. Their earnings on the 22nd. So if I were to be in this, I mean, I would probably want to. I don't know that I want to be there for the earnings, meaning I would sell, before the earnings move. But you can kind of expect some sort of earnings run up, possibly. I mean, even the fact that we're this close to all-time high with earnings next week, that shows anticipation for maybe something good. I mean, big-time institutions and investors, they're not going to want to be buying in up close to all-time highs if they don't really believe in it. However, it could be a sell the news event where we come up here and yeah, maybe they do good, but not exceptional and the stock falls. There's just so many things that could happen. But just like you're saying, John, and like I've said for a while now, that $1,000 level is a target that a lot of people want. Just psychologically, it's not so much that at 1,000 the market cap is X or anything like that. It's just simply a profit target people are going to be looking for. The 1,000 calls for next week are about $2,800. 7,000 open interest. That's pretty good. It's a lot more than anything you see on the put side here. 4,000 open interest on the 1100s, 3,000 open interest on the 1200s. So it seems like most of the look at this, all the way back into 950. So keep this in mind. This is why trading NVIDIA out of the money late in the week is tough. Contracts are $4 right now. These contracts were this price down at 950 about 20 minutes ago. But being $20 out of the money, in this stock pulling back, and you throw time decay in there, theta, you can see how much that can hurt you on a Thursday. If your trade doesn't go quickly, then you're going to lose money regardless of which way the stock goes, just due to time decay, especially on a stock like NVIDIA, especially going $20 out of the money. Yeah, pretty big jump. I mean, they're 460, 450 right now. They were that $3 under where we are now 20 minutes ago. So Google just popped off a little bit. So it would have been a nice little dip by there, kind of right at VWAP and 950 there on NVDA. So SPY still very flat here. In Q, however, nothing crazy, but we've only moved like 30 points, 30, 40 points on this, which is nothing. We're up 0.1%. But you can tell NQ is a little bit stronger. Like I said, nothing crazy, nothing, insanely strong, but kind of choppy, grind higher move here on low volume. So that shows that tech is stronger than most things because the S&P right here is pretty much flat. Sucks. Today's just kind of boring. Early on in the week, things were kind of crazy. GameStop is dead. Would I buy 950 puts on NVIDIA? No, not at all. I wouldn't want to be shorting NVIDIA coming into earnings. I mean, you may just be wanting to look for a quick little pullback to 950. I just wouldn't try to gamble that. You're just going against a massively strong stock for no reason. Yeah, could you catch a little pullback? Sure. I just don't think that you should do that. Chris, what's going on with BA? Really strong. After a crazy weekday yesterday. Right here, I just don't love it. Up near like 184, probably where I'll look at it. But again, I just don't know that I want to be someone buying this. All it takes is one little bit of bad news, and this is done. However, I mean, this has been on a crazy downtrend here since that door blew off that plane, and we're coming back up. So if we can start breaking this, get back into 200, maybe we found a bottom here. So I was up at the trading firm yesterday. They were talking about GE. They've been short GE for a couple days simply because Boeing. I think GE makes a bunch of their engines. Stickman, you may know a little bit about this. I don't know, but their play has been short this last couple days just because it's been a very strong stock. However, the Boeing orders are going to lessen and lessen just because of how bad the news has been. So they're kind of expecting this to fall off a little bit. So that was something interesting. GE isn't something I trade normally, but talking about BA, that was something I should probably bring up. Yeah, Stickman for sure. Yeah, BA pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, guys, this is just, again, I tell you all the time, my job isn't to sit here and try to give you guys a trade every single day. It's to show you the realities of this stuff. There are days where you just don't do anything. And that's the safe play. That's the right thing to do. Maybe there's another strategy where, on days like this, you can find multiple trades. But for me, it's just better to be safe, sit back, watch the market, learn a thing or two, and move on without putting any capital at risk. Yesterday, made some good money. Yeah, I know I hate it. I wish I was live trading, but that's just kind of the timing of that all. Coin's kind of interesting. And so coin's down a little bit here. I mean, just kind of like Bitcoin. If we can start seeing a rip again on crypto, this pattern doesn't look that bad. Ethan, considering GME is dead, how long do you honestly think it'll hover 33? Farouk, if I knew, I'd be a billionaire, man. I wish I can give you a perfect answer. I know you want it back down to 20, and I think that that's very doable. I just don't know. I don't know if that roaring kitty dude is going to come out with some more tweets that end up bouncing this thing to 100. I don't know if the SEC is going to get involved and the big institutions are going to drop this thing down to 20 again. I would think that, considering that we didn't really get much follow through on day 2 of that squeeze, this is probably, I think it has a higher chance of coming down. So I will say that. But, I wish I knew. For sure. Yeah, Stickman, agreed. Let's see here. Anyone got questions on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter? Bunch of people on Twitter. Google new highs. What's NVDA up to? Contracts are dead, so it doesn't look like much. Not much here. Google ripped a little bit. Just not, I mean, there's just not really an easy trade here, I don't want to hold for 20 minutes and chop and let time decay just, kill my contracts, even though the trade's going in my favor. NVIDIA back to VWAP page. Let me look. Big man, see, honestly, I kind of look at it the opposite way. I think that the short squeeze was valid. I mean, obviously, it didn't make fundamental sense or even chart sense, just because it caught traction due to that roaring kitty guy tweeting for the first time since 2021. So I mean, with big money guys still short the stock heavily, the short squeeze made sense. But BA, okay, my bad. Yeah, no. So I agree on BA. I don't know how we're even strong at all. I get little relief bounce days, but you made $120 on what puts? Colamp, GME. Oh, so you ended up taking puts. Okay. Yeah, don't get greedy. Nice, Coamp. Great trade there. Spy, guys. I mean, I want to find a trade here, but look how choppy things are. This just isn't where I want to be involved. So, as much as I want to get in a trade, I have to hold myself back. EMD is ripping. What's that? Oh, AMD. EMD. Yeah, AMD is doing pretty well. Last 2 days, it's done pretty well. I think that on this, since it's down so much with NVIDIA earnings coming up, this will probably see a little bit of a kind of relief run here, just because NVIDIA has been running, SMCI is going to run up, Micron's going up for all-time highs as well. So AMD is just going to follow its herd of chip stocks, even though that it really hasn't done anything spectacular. So AMD could be pretty good. Wow, NVIDIA just got killed, Colamp. So NVIDIA falling here, and AMD doing well. Yeah, 946. It really hit 945. Don't get FOMO. It was still a great trade by you. Yeah, take your $345 and move on. That was pretty wild. Nosedive here. Started the market. SPY might actually start making an actual move here. NVIDIA, NQ is just kind of rolling over. Look at Google, though. Google is pretty much unfazed here for the most part. Not AMD, Google. Yeah, I mean, of course, it could just slip here any second, but this is just stuff to notice. Google really strong. Wow, look at SPY, guys. SPY finally picked direction here. I don't really have any setups to the downside. That's my only issue. Whoa. We see some news or what? Talking about businesses raising prices. Another trade that I talked about with him is McDonald's short. I know you guys, well, you may have heard about this $5 menu thing. Everyone's raising prices on everything. I mean, just the cost of everything is pretty much going up. And yeah, I mean, as great as it is to have cheaper food at McDonald's, that's going to hurt their margins. So I think that it's something that it's probably going to hurt the stock a little bit. That's what they're thinking. That's what they've positioned themselves for. Oh, you can eat endless shrimp at Red Lobster. That's a thing. I haven't been to Red Lobster once in my life. But not missing much. NVIDIA's recovering. Wow, they lost millions on doing the shrimp thing. There used to be one in my town, but I haven't seen one in, I think it closed down years ago. Whoa, look at that on a 5-minute chart. Back over 950. So look at that double bottom. Bounced right off low a day hard. Yeah, I mean, we could tell here that volume did increase. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Volume did. I don't know if that does that on my stream or not. Does it zoom in for y'all on Discord? I can't see. My screen zoom in at all, or is it just on mine? It does not. Okay, never mind. But here, let's try this out here. You could tell that, I mean, obviously volume's kind of on a downtrend here, right? Can y'all see that? That line I just drew? I would think you could, right? If you can't, then that means I need to share my screen on Discord. It needs to be the screen, not the application. YouTube, I'm sure y'all could probably see that, right? And it actually freezes on YouTube, huh? Okay. Well, we rejected here at 950 again. If we roll back down, that might be kind of a low a day short there if the market stays weak. Look at SPY though, guys. Wow, big reason why NVIDIA bounced. Crazy low a day move all the way back up almost a high a day here, back in that chop zone. I think it's just going to be one of those days where we just kind of call it early and move on. The last thing I want y'all to do is sit here with no trade and just try to force something out of nothing. These are days where you don't want to burn capital. You don't want to eat into any sort of profits y'all have made. Because, these are days where the market will rob you back after you've caught some good trades during the week, It's the worst feeling to do so good all week. And then later in the week, when there's choppy moves, low volume, not really any setups, you try to top your week off with a little bit of cash, and it actually ends up hurting you. Well, here goes SPY. Netflix. Look at this. I mean, this is the same movement Netflix had yesterday. Look at this. Chop off the open. Pullback, chop, rip through high a day, instant pullback, an upside down V. Check this out. Same thing. Pullback, chop, rip through high a day, upside down V. How weird is that? Not nearly as big of a move as yesterday was, but I mean, just the same thing here. And it's honestly doing the opposite of what SPY is doing and NQ, right? NQ and SPY kind of chopped and then fell first and now recovered. Netflix chopped, ripped, and then pulled back. Easy chance to lose money. Is anyone in here going to Trader's Paradise? Ferg, I know you are. Chag, I know you are. I can see those pictures next to your name. Yojo, nice. You are too. Zuma, there you go. Duco, I know, man. I need you to figure it out. I would love all y'all to go. Chris, you too. It's going to be fun. Anyone on YouTube that's listening that hasn't heard about it, we're doing an in-person kind of a boot camp thing. We do live trading, live lessons, and all kind of meeting up in person at the end of July in Florida. Yeah, Zoom, I get it, man. Running a restaurant is not easy. But pretty much you guys buy, for anyone listening who doesn't know about it, you buy a ticket through us, and that money goes toward your hotel room and breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with paying for your lessons in person, your live trading in person. We're doing merch giveaways. We're doing giveaways in general on other things. Mate, no, all good. I get it. Farouk, you got your call. AMGN 360 call. Okay. Go up a little bit on that. What's AMGN doing? Back to 320, then 322.60 and 325 is kind of where I would look for it. What's your expiration on that? Let's say 516. That wouldn't make sense. I can't see. 816, so it's a little blurry. 816, nice. That could work out pretty good for you, Farouk. Let's see what other news do we have coming out this week? I don't think anything in particular. Powell's already done. CPI is done. We already had our jobless claims today. Got a couple Fed speakers going on right now. Fed balance sheet 30 minutes after close. Tomorrow, 2 speakers. E-commerce retail sales, that may move Shopify. That's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Other than that, really nothing, guys. So yeah, I'm never mad at insider info. I'm kidding, since I'm on mic. Well, guys, I mean, we're about 45, 50 minutes in here. So, I mean, I'm probably going to wrap this up soon. I just, again, as much as I want to take a trade with you guys and catch something special, there's just, these are days where you can lose money very easily. And it's better to be able to recognize choppy action and when to kind of sit sidelines and protect yourself. Because on the good days, you want to be there. You don't want to burn capital trying to find trades up into that one nice trade. And then you are basically just trying to get your money back when the good trade comes around. So I know it's kind of been slow. Like I said, yesterday was a perfect trade for me to signal, and I wasn't on live. So the timing of that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. I did type about it in I think the day trade chat yesterday, but well, it seems like things are kind of slowing down. So cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you as always for showing up. I hate that it was kind of slow, but it is what it is. So I do have a lesson tonight for the premium guys. Let me go look at my topic. Let's see. Last one we did was developing a trading plan. Oh, I do need to redo that, huh? Because that's when the hailstorm hit me. Hang on one sec. Let me look at this again. So tonight I'm going to be going over back testing and simulation. Probably going to be a quick lesson. There's not a whole lot to go over that other than just kind of the key points and principles on how to do that. And yep, 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern. But Fergie, it's always recorded, so I will put them in the lesson archives or whatever it's called. So, all right, Farouk, will you have fun playing cards? Cool. Well, Fergie, just let me know. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern time, but it is recorded in case you miss it. So, Zuma later, man. All right, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Y'all have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you guys Tuesday morning for another free live trading session. Discord, I'll be around pretty much all day. Being in the chats, but I got some work to do, so I need to get that done. But